day 410 on this great waifu journey, and I'm here once again on a Christmas Eve day to make a video on this journey. And I'm here in the same location, the same background, and once again alone. So I mean, history repeats itself, unfortunately, but at least I can relate to my lonely weebs out there this year once again. Besides that, to lift up our spirits, we have Ayame. Ayame is our waifu for today, and she is from Science Fell in Love, so I tried to prove it. This series came out in 2020, and as it was being aired, I did watch it. I did like it quite a bit. I remember thinking that it was good. But I do have biases when it comes to animes like this because I love rom-coms, and today's anime was a rom-com. But if you're not into the genre, I wouldn't recommend watching it because it's really nothing too significantly special about this anime. I just love this series just because I do remember it's making me laugh. But besides that, today's series did get a second season, and I did not watch it all the way through. I don't know what happened. I did get really busy the second half of 2022 when that second season did get released, so that might have something to do with it. But moving on from that, if I did mess up and then I should have completed that season, let me know. But it didn't get a third season after that, so I'm assuming it didn't really pop off with other people either. Either way, today's waifu got ranked pretty mediocre at 4,338. She's also 22 years old and is one of the main characters of the series, of course. The plot pretty much is that she's trying to find the reasoning scientifically behind love, trying to prove it mathematically, and she goes through a bunch of experiments with her coworker who she is in love with. So yeah, she's one of the main characters besides her male counterpart who she's in love with. She is a one-year postgraduate and is a researcher within science and technology. And most of the time she is pretty serious, has a very serious poker face. But deep down, you know, she is pretty girlish and is very affectionate on the inside. Doesn't really show it too much because she always has a serious face on her. But what the comments will say is how her ponytail kind of like shakes when she's really affectionate and she's really feeling loved. And I mean, it's one of her adorable features that she has, but I'll let the comments talk about that a little bit more when we get there. Besides that, she is extremely logical as she is a scientist, and also extremely gorgeous. This waifu is just top notch, and I liked her character. I do remember that she does have a likable character in my eyes. The wiki also stated that she can be pretty snarky. Yeah, take that as you will. But she is best girl in my opinion, truly. But she is not the best ship. I definitely shipped the blonde dude with the lolly-ish, or no, sorry, not the lolly, more petite waifu within the series. Their like chemistry was so much more funnier, and I love like the comedy that came with the blonde-haired dude because he's like into lollies and like gotcha games, and I could have related to him a little bit. Well, not with lollies, but like with gotcha games and like you know, obsessing over anime figures and stuff like that. So I really like their ship together much more than the main effort, the main characters' relationship. But like I said, still best girl in my opinion when it comes to solos, and that's it really. Today's waifu doesn't really have white hair. She has lavender hair, so I couldn't give her the star trait for today, but I will give her green eyes. That is definitely a star trait that she has. I was a little bit on the fence about it, but I mean, the manga has her having green eyes. The anime adaptation has her like with these blue-green eyes. But when I'm looking at photos about her, I mean, I do see some green in those eyes, so I'm just gonna give it to her there. And yeah, one star trait for today's waifu. And here are the comments. They were saying today's waifu is a SSS tier waifu, and I definitely have to agree. I mean, she is up there. As you can see from her rank, she's like higher than most waifus. I mean, she is a main character though, so you do have to account for that as well. But I still think she is quite the amazing waifu. Besides that, they also talked about her ponytail swinging, like I mentioned. The wiki also talked about it too, saying like, even though she's surrounded by scientists, nobody could like scientifically explain why her like ponytail moves on her own. And I don't know, it's a fun little thing about today's waifu. And here's a scratcher, hopefully coming through with the win, but we need some Christmas spirit, y'all. We need to come through with the win, lift up our winnings, and hopefully come through with a positive number. So we need to get back into the positives. I mean, we're negative like 200 something. Hopefully we get a miracle one day, but I'll be back real quick. Here are the results for day 410 and for Ayame. And yeah, today's waifu, I get her comments from the wiki and her Anime Planet, but I usually just get it from Anime Planet. So if you want to leave a comment on your waifu before I get to them, make sure to go to Anime Planet and go to the comments of your waifu, and I'll try to add them and just put like October morning, and you know, I'll do my best to like include it on that waifu's day when I eventually get to them. But besides that, today's results were a win. Thankfully, we uncovered this electric vault and it gave us $5 coming through with the even, and I consider that a win, getting our money back every time. So we could officially add Ayame to the good waifu list, and I'm super happy about that. Another Star Trek waifu on the list. So I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Well, I'll see how that goes. But besides that, peace out for now, y'all, and thank you for another day. Sorry this video was like a little bit more longer than usual, but peace out, y'all. Have a good one, y'all. Have a good one.